Thanks for tuning into Stocks with Antonio. So I'm actually recording this video on May 21st. It's a Friday and we're going into a long weekend. So hopefully you get an opportunity to spend it with family, friends, and have a good one. But let's get into the market. Today, the market did pretty well. It looked like we were even going to go to new highs. I know some people were predicting for us to start selling off. And I thought we were going to maybe even make a new high, but we didn't quite get there. We started to we pulled back a little bit from doing that. Let's see what the market brings next week. But I wanted to talk about some stocks that are hot right now, which is the space sector. A lot of stocks in the space sector are running hot. And if you don't know why, it's because SpaceX. So SpaceX has officially filed for an IPO to list on the NASDAQ. And I'm going to share the ticker symbol with you. The ticker symbol is SPCX. So write that down. Remember that. I wanted to bring that to your attention. So companies like Rocket Lab, if you look at the share price, how much has gone up from a short period, you'd be impressed if you haven't done so. And then there's other companies like Redwire. Redwire's really gone up. It's not a small cap anymore. It's a mid cap and the ticker symbol is RDW. Now, I would be paying close attention to this one to add into my portfolio if you don't have it already. But it's right now, closing Friday, $17.49. I'm looking at this on Friday. So by the time you watch this video, if you decide to look into it, it may change. But in the after hours, it was up. Now, would I go buying it right now? Be at the $17 range, rush in. No, don't get FOMO. Remember, the market's running hot in this segment in space. Look for stocks that you may not have that are good companies to add, but wait for a pullback. If you have Trading View or you have access to a chart, if you pull up Redwire, you'll see in the RSI that's actually in the overbought territory. So anytime you look at the RSI and you see it above 70, it's an overbought. Now, it doesn't mean immediately when it reaches above 70, it's going to sell off. Sometimes it could stay in overbought for some time, but it's an area where if you see the RSI, it's usually not the best entry. So I would wait for a pullback. I think we will get a pullback. And that's the thing. A lot of times these stocks come to your attention when they're hot, when they're running up, right? Because they're exciting. You hear it on the news, you see it going up every day, and you get excited and you want to jump in, right? You don't want to miss out. And that's how a lot of times retail investors become bag holders. And especially the ones that are just looking to make money in the short term, you definitely, well, no one wants to become a bag holder, but you definitely don't want to become a bag holder if you're just looking to get into the position, hold it for a short time, and make some profit and get out. So some of the ways to avoid doing that is don't go into these stocks that are running up every day because they're they're pushing out a lot of excitement. Wait for the pullbacks, write them down and just watch them. Don't rush in because sometimes rushing in it makes you a bag holder. So I wanted to throw that out there on this one. But the people that are really benefiting on this has a 52-week low of under $5, $4.87 to be exact, and a 52-week high of 22.25, right? So the people that bought this and held it are really benefiting. So you might be watching this video and might have got it at $5. As a matter of fact, if you got Redwire at $5, let me know down in the comments below. And if you're someone that bought it at $20, at $22, you've been bag holding. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to be bag holding forever because I do believe Redwire is going to be a stock that's going to go up to $20 and even higher. But that means the better entry you can get in under 17, the more upside you'll have in your portfolio. And that's a goal. But write this one down. I think this is one definitely to keep an eye on. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, right? So I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. And investing does carry risk. You can lose money in the stock market, but I think this is a good one. Now, this is a sector that I was talking about, right? It's the space sector. It's hot. Now I'm going to talk to you about a stock that's been getting beaten up, and that's not in the space sector. It's actually in the AI defense sector. Now, this company that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to get a little bit beat up maybe in the comments because a lot of people have lost interest in BBAI. I think BBAI is still an opportunity. I personally have it in my portfolio. I'm not just pushing it out. If I don't believe in a stock, if I'm not looking into it or I don't hold it, I wouldn't be talking about it. If I don't think there's an opportunity, I wouldn't bring it to your attention. That's not what I want to do. I want to bring stocks to your attention where I believe there could be an opportunity. And I think that is BBAI. The best stocks to buy are the ones that are forgotten, but the company is making improvements. So you got to stay on top of your portfolio and you got to stay on top of the companies that you're investing in. And what I want to bring to your attention on BBAI, here's some of the things that I like, and that's why I continue to hold it. And I think picking up shares under $5 is not a bad entry point. Some of you might have even picked up shares under $3. At one point in time, it was under $3, and some people bought it, held it, and they're actually up in their position. And unfortunately, I know some people bought over $5 and they may be upside down on it and they may be, bummed out because everyone wants that instant profit. Everyone wants these stocks to blow up overnight. And if you look at the stocks that are running up, do some research on them. You'll see that a lot of them were at one point in time just dead money or considered dead money. People give them those names because they're not moving. And then one day they woke up, meaning for you to reap those benefits of the move, you got to be in them before they rip. So you got to look for opportunities. And I wouldn't just go chasing at what's the hot thing now, because what may be hot right now may not be as hot down the road. So look for the ones that people kind of forgotten about and look in the fundamentals of the company. So here's some things that I wanted to bring to your attention when it comes to BBAI. The backlog jumped to about 282 million. It's up 14%. So that's something that's good right there. Gross margin improved sharply from 21.3 to 34%. That's major. Debt was dramatically reduced. Those are the things that you want to see. They also acquired Axage, and this is helping them push deeper into generative AI for government and defense customers. All right. So they acquired this company that can position them in a better place to get more contracts. And management reaffirmed that 2026 revenue guidance of 135 million to 165 million, implying expected growth in the year. That's huge because if you've been following BBI, one big problem they've been having is revenue. They've been having a lot of problem with revenue, so we want to see that change. And if we can see that in the next earnings, we're gonna get a pump in the stock price, along as everything else continues to improve. So here I am going to point out some concerns, some risks. So I want to show you some improvements areas, but also still the areas where investors are concerned, and rightfully so. So let's go into it. Revenue growth is still relatively slow, right? That's a big problem with this company. That's what we want to stay watching. That's what a lot of people are watching when they have their earnings. We'll continue to pay attention to that, but there's been improvement from their recent earnings now and their last earnings too. So that's good. And that's why I'm taking risk and holding on to this one. The company is still unprofitable and it is burning cash, right? So there's a lot of concern too of dilution. So I'm sharing to you some big concerns that investors have. That's definitely keeping the stock down. But I shared some positives that make this, I believe it is still risky, but I think at the current price it's trading at, I'm willing to take some risk under $5 because it gives me an opportunity to build up a position size, which I already have. I'm not going to buy any more, but I am going to be watching closely. But I think the people that bought this early and hold on to it, we're going to get a reward down the road. It may take some time. Got to be patient. And when I say some time, it could be a few years. But I'm going to keep this one in my long-term portfolio. We'll monitor it. We'll see how it does over time. But I think this could be a winner that helps take my portfolio to new levels. Now, I'd love to know your opinion. Do you have Redwire already? What do you think of the future of Redwire? And same for BBI. Don't be shy. Leave me some comments down below sharing your views on it. If you haven't done so, do me a big favor. Go ahead and smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, check out my description box. I got a useful link in there for you guys. So don't forget to click on that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the next one.